It really has been 5 years, Bad Business, and I know I've been a bit late from the day that it was supposed to be Bad Business's birthday, but who really cares? Because I'm still celebrating it right now. Besides, it's better than late than never, right? So it's very impressive how I lasted for 5 years within the game, including prototype phase, and if we're counting Ruddev Battle Royale, that's like more than 5 years. So yeah, I've been lasting for so long, and I've even been a sniper main in Bad Business for like 3 to 4 years, which is quite impressive. I think I have started being a sniper main in 2020, but anyways, let's just get right to how I started being a sniper main and how I started Bad Business. So back at the time before Bad Business, I used to be a Reason to Die Awakening main, which with snipers I would see how clipping is revolved around killing one person, and that would be it. And that was literally the mindset of every single clipper who started clipping. So it doesn't come to surprise that every clipper will have some sort of beginning, and after being part of that community for a while, I thought of starting to hit 360s and some 20s, so I started doing that in Reason to Die Awakening, and that would start my fundamentals on how I became a sniper clipper in Roblox. So then, eventually, in one of my old friend groups I used to be part of, eventually have a friend who would mention about Bad Business in its prototype phase. And when it was in prototype phase, I remembered who made the game, because it was Ruddev themselves that made Ruddev Battle Royale, which was the game I also played on the side at times. So I was really excited. I saw the game, I saw how cool it was because it mentioned polygons with its character models and stuff, and it looked amazing. I really liked it, and I thought it was really ahead of its time during 2019, and it would really come to show how R2D can really be really cool in shooter games rather than, replacing Roblox avatars and stuff. But that was back in 2019. And then alpha and beta would roll out. It was pretty fun. Release would roll out, and I would try it out, and it was pretty fun. My main issue back then was like leveling the weapons overall. I remember when mods were released where it would only be red dots, but one main complaint I always had with the game back then, and ever since prototype phase, was that snipers were really weak and they did not stand a chance against autos back then. So I had to pass with Bad Business back then and kept on playing Reason to Die Awakening. I did play Phantom Forces on the side to clip and see if I can make it to Paradox Petty's top clips, because I was a huge fan of Paradox Poke, Paradox Petty, those OGs. Yeah, I was a huge fan of the clipping scene, so I tried to replicate that during the time. And then during around 2019, 2020, I don't remember correctly, I have been trying to grind for clips of Phantom Forces and hit 2 quad indie opens. Yeah, 2 of them. One of them was officially the winner, and one of them at least made it to top clips, which made me happy. However, I thought Phantom Forces wasn't it, because I wasn't considered the best clipper in that game, because there was so many better clippers that I couldn't stand a chance anymore. With Phantom Forces out of the way, I would eventually see a downfall on Reason to Die Awakening, because it just wasn't it for me anymore. So I moved on and saw that Bad Business would be my new main game from now on, because that's the game where people are just not the brightest in the sniping clipping scene, which people usually manage only like quad feeds or 5-ons. And I wanted to jump in because I thought I had potential to be a Bad Business sniper clipper. And I looked up to people like Lecton, Xylic, Aeroflame, and Wild Aces. So with that out of the way, I started to main snipers, and then during that time I was impressed on how much better they became. And that was the time where DSR actually had one tap torso, so I started to try to hit clips with that, and I had a solid time. Honestly, when I started Bad Business clipping, it was a struggle at first, and then I started building and getting better, and then I would eventually hit my very first collab trick shot. Yeah, it was really impressive that I never gave up and I hit a collab trick shot. That was a first for me, because I've never hit a collab trick shot in my life back then. So I freaked out like any person would. And it was also pretty impressive since it was headshots as well, since I was using SL7. I would then consider myself a DSR main because I really liked DSR, and I thought with Xylix words back then. I thought, since he didn't mention DSR apart from ASR and AWP, hilariously enough, I thought DSR took quote-unquote skill, even though it doesn't these days. And because of its 3 rounds and one-shot torso capability, I thought of maining it, and I started maining it, and I loved it, you know? I loved to clip with it, I loved hitting clips with it, and that's where I started my DSR career. I would eventually hit a non-stop at an actual distance, which actually would impress me, because I've never hit a non-stop head at an actual distance in my life, and that also impressed me, and it also brought my attention on how much potential Bad Business got. So I kept maining it, and then I would hit my very first 720 collat head. And I thought, wow, with Patrol, I can really just, you know, hit some of the biggest bangers Bad Business has ever seen in its entire history. And then I kept clipping with more and more additions, much better needed sniper changes, such as faster muzzle velocity. And I would eventually hit my very first triple 360 head in 2022. And at the time, I never expected this, so I freaked out so hard that I thought I might win in a Glick shot competition, because I was in a Glick shot competition before, but it wasn't regulated well, so it made sense why Vixen won at the first Glick shot competition. And I was submitting my triple 360 head alongside a non-stop I also hit, and then somehow the hosts thought that my triple 360 head should be voted over a non-stop, but that was okay in my opinion, because both were really good bangers, and it was a fierce competition, and when the competition ended, my triple 360 head won. And then I kept on clipping, and then I hit another triple 360. I left my past behind at that point, so I knew what type of identity I wanted to showcase towards everyone else in Roblox. So I became that type of person, and after a few more records broken, I've officially been known myself as probably the best Bad Business sniper clipper in the entire game. So after that was accomplished, I went on to grind more Bad Business, and as I was getting blue diamonds and stuff, I was thinking, hey, maybe if I was getting multiple blue diamonds with snipers, what if I tried to do it on all of them? So I did just that at a late time around 2023, because I needed a break after grinding so many DSR kills in the past. I would then do all of that, anticipate all the new sniper changes, especially the new sniper additions, and with the WOT 2000 I've been really insane, and yeah, I've been continuously clipping, grinding, and still have been to this very day. I feel like never giving up is always going to reward me something, and I've been rewarded heavily just by playing. Overall, I really thank Bad Business for really helping me get to where I am today, and it really has been a long journey. I don't think I'll ever give up, because I still enjoy playing Bad Business to this very day, and it's just sometimes I just needed a break, but otherwise I'll still keep on clipping Bad Business, and I'll still appreciate whatever they offer these days. So yeah, to those who really want to strive to be just like me, try to not give up, and you'll eventually score big. And yeah, happy 5th anniversary Bad Business, and I am very proud of what you accomplished, Ruddev, and especially Ethan. And that's it for me, honestly. That's all I have to say.